Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video on Marvel Contest of Champions. I'm quite excited to look into some new characters. Well, one character in particular. Obviously, as we know, in the coming days we're going to see Sabertooth, we're going to see Sentinel, and we're going to see Bishop. Now, one thing I did do was kind of like hype out a champion that I really and always wanted to see in shape and form of Bishop. Although he looks very good and I'm quite excited to see him enter the game, there's some aspects of the champion that won't make me too interested to go for him. But there is one champion that I'm quite excited to have based on a new champion pool that I had last Friday. Yeah, with Old Man Logan there's a great synergy with this champion, and that is Sabertooth. You know, I didn't really expect this champion to come in at any point, at any kind of like frequency. Like, I didn't even think there would be an option for this champion to come in unless they were kind of doing something with us to improving Wolverine. Although I don't think Sabertooth has any interaction with regards to synergies with Wolverine himself. It's all about Old Man Logan, which I find really peculiar, as it's been an ongoing thing. Especially with X-23, I thought again there would be something with that, but it seems to be squarely on Old Man Logan. What their take on that and how they're going to kind of factor something in, I don't know, because he doesn't look like an aging or older Sabertooth. He looks, you know, quite youthful. Either way, Kabam don't really kind of go down the line with regards to any kind of great structure, with regards to age, appearance, and all those kind of things. So it's still kind of cool to have this champion in, but it's all about the signature abilities and also the general abilities that make me really want to go for this champion. To start from a design point of view, he looks quite good, and obviously in kind of like the general scheme of Sabertooth, he looks fairly similar. It's got the kind of the ruffled kind of, well, I don't know what you kind of like collars. Yeah, it just looks like the standard kind of look, but still is very in keeping with a lot of the styles that we see in different things, whether it's TV, film, well, loosely in film, not so much with the film, to be honest. If you go X-Men Origins, Wolverine, and also the first X-Men, then it's new. But in keeping with the scheme of things like anime type stuff, then yeah, okay, there is a good scheme there. I think the main look is squarely kind of pointed at being, well, it's kind of like feral creature, so obviously from appearance to whole kind of delivery, feral and kind of ferocious is the aspect we're going for. Before I get into the ability side of things, I want to shout out to Otrix for obviously sending over the Decimation abilities and all the information that's in this article. A link to this document as well as his YouTube channel is in the description below. But on to Sabertooth. With regards to like this whole champion in general, I hope as part of the content contributor kind of program I get to play this champion. If I don't, I will be going. Like, it's guaranteed I'm going to be going for Grandmaster crystals for this guy. I say that I'm trying to save money in, like, and not spend, but if I work twice as hard at the channel this month, maybe I can make it an option, and hopefully the money is better with YouTube this month that I can then just balance the books with it. Either way, and kind of leaving business aside, I really would like this champion, and I'm going to go into details why. So starting off with the champion and the bio side of things, Kabam don't really do bios too well. I mean, they're good to a degree, but they need to improve in little aspects, whether or not they do imagery, with regards to like how they came up with creation, some black and white kind of ideas, and kind of vibrancy with regards to bios that need to be improved. It's a signature ability that makes this champion kind of decent. I love regen. I don't know, I'm a big fan of regen. I think it's kind of cool when it comes to like you feel that you're being let down maybe by the AI, and you get this kind of like a little bit of kind of like green joy as you see your health kind of coming back again. And the same thing kind of goes out to this champion when it comes to like the way that regeneration works and how you have to play the champion out to be more aggressive in order to kind of generate more regeneration. Obviously, it's very early stages, the extent of like how much the signature ability is changed with a signature boost. So the higher the level, how does that really affect the fury side of things, as well as the ability accuracy, as well as the extent of regen? It's going to be quite cool to kind of play about this champion. I would hope, and I'm thinking that the way the champion is set up, that Kabam would give this as a content contributor kind of play around. So I would be quite excited to see how much of a difference we are seeing, especially when we're going up against targets like Magic with regards to ability accuracy, and maybe just any champion in general. The downside obviously is being heal blocked. That is obviously going to affect things, but the way that Fury works with this champion can be some really kind of decent stuff you could see with regards to improvements of strength, with regards to masteries. So I'm quite excited to play about this champion if I get him. At the same time, I really want to kind of push for those Grandmasters. Now, it's not all about signature abilities, because obviously not everyone would be able to awaken this champion to begin with. But the great thing about it, even if he is not awakened, you get the amazing ability Withstand Cold, which this is a first to withstand cold in the game. You know, you're looking at champions like Iceman, and he's been a pain in the ass with regards to his kind of cold abilities or chilling abilities. The game's changed now when it comes to Sabertooth coming into the game. The main thing to really say about his feral kind of attitude is that he is going to be punishing those that are skill, and also obviously punishing in general, but more so when it comes to skill, where it's armor breaking, and then when it comes to general champions, we're looking at Fury. So again, like this interaction with Fury, and also the kind of the way that class advantages work have been changed when it comes to this champion, which is a little peculiar. And it looks like another champion has entered the contest that has this kind of interaction between previous battles and the one that they are going to theoretically have. The way that temporary kind of like buffs work out with regards to like charges means that he can then take it into the next one and then kind of like absorb it by kind of like going back, dashing back, and also then like standing there idle. It's kind of cool, this concept, and it is becoming very original to kind of add this into the game and kind of interacting with different things. Obviously we've had things with souls, now we've got things when it comes to fury effects and kind of being persistent. So it is cool to see this, and it will be quite interesting to see how much of a kind of a strategy you can take with this when it comes to going into the next battle. Having a champion that has this kind of aspect of regeneration with regards to these previous battle kind of mechanics is an original concept, and as well can be a little bit of a damage dealer when it comes to going up against things. And the applications for this champion and where he goes, like would he be a case it'd be good for kind of long-ended kind of questing? Would it be a case that this champion would be able to kind of like push for doing a lot of stuff in Alliance Wars? This is something that's going to be exciting to test out. Obviously with the content contributor program you cannot take into Alliance Wars, so we can't really test that theory out. But with regards to any other content in, say, a questing format, this will be where this champion will be quite interesting to use. The next thing that's really interesting about abilities and kind of stuff that is built into the champion is Poison Heal, and this kind of aspect of kind of like healing poison. And this could be really cool when it comes to the interaction with suicides and how that works. You know, is that going to be really OP? And I'm quite excited to kind of see how this will play out. I haven't gone back to suicides for about a month, but I really want to go back to it in order to kind of grind out arena quite extensively. So I'm kind of banking on hopefully getting the champion that I can then play about with suicides. Because obviously if we've got that constant kind of poison up, then is it a case if you go against, if you have that on, you heal more than that, and it's a case that suicides is then going to be, what do we change suicides to? Is like, are we going to call it positive poison? Healing poison, non-neurotoxin, positive neurotoxin. I don't know what we will call it if it's the case of using with this champion, but obviously it will only really apply for this champion. However, though, some champion that is gonna like, it's number one got suicides on, or whatever we're gonna call it, and then it's going to be its difficult content at the same time as healing a huge amount. What are we gonna see? You know, is that going to be a case? Will it be exaggerated? Will it be great? Will it not be? I can't wait to kind of get my hands on this champion to give it a go. The way that the special attacks work, and again, very exciting that they interact with furies again. You're kind of looking at you're kind of applying your temporaries into your permanent fury buffs. So yeah, really positive to see this stuff. And again, talking about masteries, you can kind of like do some stuff with regards to length of fury and how long it lasts. But I don't think it really matters here. I did say at the start of the video, but thinking about it, if it's going to be like a kind of a constant rather than an expiring, then there's going to be no point because it's going to be there all the time. But hold the phone, that all changes when it comes to the SP3 with regards to kind of like adding on a fury buff for a certain amount of seconds. So yeah, okay, increasing the duration may be a kind of a good thing. I think that's called strength and enhanced strength, but don't quote me on that. And the way the SP2 works, and this whole idea about furies and fury buffs, the way that they kind of turn from being, they activate stuff to then activate a fury buff to then make it a permanent one. This whole kind of concept and the way that works with the standard abilities mean that you are going to be trying to kind of output a lot of damage in hopefully a very quick space of time, but obviously you have to be completely active on kind of applying damage in order to kind of activate those kind of regenerations. So it's a kind of way, similar way that adrenaline works. So if there was a 6-star version of Sabretooth, would he be completely OP based on adrenaline and also these passive abilities? Very exciting with regards to like how this champion could be used to inflict a lot of damage, but at the same time regen a lot. You know, I think this is going to be a good one. Right, so let's move on to the synergies. The first one that I've seen up here is Bloodlust, and this is the one that means that I've got a bit of confidence in the character being able to bleed enemies, and this is something that would be quite cool. Will it be comparable to Wolverine? I don't know. Obviously, we'll wait till we see the champion. The way that this works is that when you hit a debuff effect on the enemy, based on having Killmonger and also having Black Panthers in your squad, means that for 0.7 seconds, you'll be able to 100% reduce ability accuracy, which can be handy. I don't know in practice will that work out. It's something that if I ever get a hold of the champion, I'll be able to kind of like train and see and test. If it's a case I'll use them on things like, you know, magic or kind of Medusa, but then that's very difficult to do that. The same thing as well with characters like MODOK. I'm not putting myself on a limb and saying that it is possible. It will be a good champion for that if you've got the synergies. I'm just saying it's an option. The next synergy up is Decimation, and this one doesn't really look so impressive. If you have Scarlet Witch, you have Magneto and Sabertooth in a crew. Yeah, okay, if you're going up against mutants, but that just narrows it down with regards to the amount of opponents you can have. If they kind of sprung that to being like every single champion, then I go, hey, that's good, but there's nothing special about Decimation. And the final synergy, which is kind of, and the only one that's given me any kind of great excitement, mainly for the way that Old Man Logan works, the extended improvement for regeneration. This will be largely based on things like Starage rating and how the percentages work with this. But this synergy will mean that there'll be an increase of regeneration for Old Man Logan. The one for Sabretooth, you take it or leave it. You put a kick in, it means that you're unblockable, unstoppable, and just an interesting unstoppable if the enemy's got unstoppable. It's just stupid. I don't really kind of rate it. Of all the synergies for Sabertooth, it's the top one that I have interest with. I think that's all right. I mean, that's good. It depends on how it works with armor break, as I've said. But the other one for Old Man Logan and improving that is the extent of regeneration. And I will so much hope that I can get Sabertooth in order to kind of interact that regen and see how much like better it is improved. And obviously, if I do get to kind of review this with a champion for the content contributors program, I will be testing the regeneration with regards to improvements for Old Man Logan, based on the fact, yeah, I've got Old Man Logan, and some agree I was actually a little bit happy with getting that from the bad kind of pulls that I had. So either way, I'm pretty happy. So that has been a video all about Sabertooth. I don't think I'm going to be able to have enough time to kind of get any information and kind of a video out for the other two characters, Bishop and Sentinel. I do find Sentinel is very difficult to explain. It's a bit complex. I do like champions that have a lot more kind of straightforward information for them, like Sabertooth was. Bishop seems good, but it's just not for me, based on the fact that I like the aspects of Sabertooth and the kind of ferocious and kind of feral nature with regards to the way that you understand and know the champion as a character in the Marvel Universe, and also with regards to how you're going to be able to play it, and as well the kind of the interaction with characters like Old Man Logan. I'm excited for that. So will I be going for the featured Grandmasters? Maybe. It depends. If I think I'm going to grind a lot of kind of like videos and kind of put a lot of content out and kind of do more live streams and see if we can like get to a point where I can say, right, well, there's £100 made in order to kind of go for it. But either way, I think I'll be bitterly disappointed. But if I get it for the content contributors program, then that'd be cool. Or I could just grind it out in arena for the 4-star. But I really would like the 5-star. I really would. Either way, I like the champion Sabertooth. What are your thoughts on Sabertooth? Put it in the comment section, or maybe you like the other ones. And obviously links to some of the stuff that's been discussed, as well as the other champions links, are in the description below. I've been RichTheMan. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Marvel Contest Champions based content, and as always, I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.